net ID and how many bits is an host ID. Okay, so for example, class A, the default subnet mask is 255.0.0.0. so that means first octet, so each octet have an 8 bits. So the first octet, first octet should be an net ID and remaining 3 octets should be an host ID. So the first octet should be a constant, it cannot be changed in this network. For example, I can take an level.0.0.0 means, so the level should be a constant for through this network. So remaining 24 host bits are changing randomly. So it's a default subnet mask for class A. Next, class B, the default subnet mask is 255.255.0.0. so that means first 16 bits, first 2 octets should be a constant and last 2 octets should be an host ID, so that should be changed randomly. For example, class C, so the default subnet mask is 255.255.255.0. so that means first 3 octets should be a constant and last octet should be an host ID. So the first 3 octet is a net ID, so if it is net ID means it should be a constant, it cannot be changed. So last octet should be changing randomly. So this 255 indicates so first 8 bits, so 128, 64, 32, 16, 8, 4, 2, 1. so this is an binary format. So each octet, for example, first 0 its corresponding decimal value is 128, next bit corresponding decimal value is 64, and third bit corresponding decimal value is 32, and fourth bit corresponding decimal value is 16, and fifth bit corresponding decimal value is 8, and sixth bit corresponding decimal value is 4, and seventh bit corresponding decimal value is 2, and eighth bit last bit corresponding decimal value is 1. So this 255, so first 8 bit should be an 1. For example, 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 and 1. so these 8 bits should be added. So if it is 1 means the corresponding decimal value should be added. If it is 0 means we no need to add this decimal value. So this 255 means the first 8 bit should be an 1. So we can add 128 plus 64 plus 32 plus 16 plus 8 plus 4 plus 2 plus 1. So totally we can get 255. So in class A, the default subnet mask is 255.0.0.0. So how the 255 will come means, so the first 8 bit should be an 1. So the first 8 bit should be 1 means the corresponding value should be an 128, 64, 32, 16, 8, 4, 2, 1. So totally we can get 255. So in class B, first 16 bits, so first octet should be all the 8 bits should be an 1, and second octet all the 8 bits should be an 1. So totally we can get 255.255.0.0. So in class C, first 3 octets should be an 255.255.255. so that means first 3 octets should be an net ID. So the first 24 bit should be an 1. So we can get 255.255.255.0. Okay, let's we can see the example. So class A, class B and class C. So before that there are two types of IP addresses are there in IP version 4, that is private IP address and public IP address. So private IP address means the private IP address should be used within an organization. So the public IP address means it should be used WAN network. For example, WAN network means wide area network. For example, if you are using any ISP connection means, so that time we will get IP address, public IP address we will get from ISP address. So the private IP address should be used in within an organization. So now we can check the private IP address and public IP address for class A, class B and class C. So private IP address for class A. So the private IP address for class A is 10.0.0.0